Welcome to Squirrel Trails. I'm David.
And I'm Al. Hey, today we're going to talk about two articles. The first one is really talks about if you pay your employees through direct deposit, are they actually getting paid or not?
The second article is just as fun. California AB 5 has been introduced, and California is trying to get rid of the gig economy. So let's get into it.
All right, so the first article I've got is I pulled it out of Brian Krebs' Krebs on Security, in which a payroll company, and I'll try to keep this fairly short and direct, paid all the employees, but didn't give the company that they were going to, that is processing the money, the actual cash to pay the employees.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, bad things happen. So what normally happens in this with direct deposit is your company that you work for takes the money that they're going to pay you, gives it to the payroll company, who then deposits it into the account of the financial company who's actually going to disperse the money to all the employees.
Okay.
Nice and clean.
Yes.
The financial company then sends out a payment through what's called automated clearinghouse generally to the banking system, and then to pay all the employees. Nice, clean, fairly simple process. The article calls it convoluted. It's actually a whole lot simpler than it used to be. So what happens in this case, though, is the payroll company got all the money from the employers.
Okay.
So if I'm the employer, it took my money.
Okay.
And then deposited it into another account owned by the company. Not the financial company who's going to make the payments.
Okay, so wrong direction.
Wrong direction. Sure, it was just an oversight.
Maybe.
And then they proceeded but they went ahead and paid all the employees, sent them file in to pay all the employees to the financial services company, who didn't have the money.
They didn't have the money.
Yeah, so this became a problem.
Only one.
Minor issue. So the financial institution, the actual processing company, the financial services company, had already sent that file on, so that funds were already being shown as probably not available yet, but just about to be available.
So the banks see it. So
yeah, so it's a kind of pending transaction. You have this money coming in.
Pending deposit.
So they ended up saying, no, we want all that back. And so because we didn't get paid. And I can appreciate that. I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah.
So somebody didn't send me the money. Then but they kind of messed that one up and proceeded to actually file a second one. So they actually pulled the money back twice.
So
that became a problem. That was a huge issue. So people not only didn't get their paycheck, they got last paychecks taken away from them.
Wow.
Yeah, so eventually, fairly quickly, this kind of got sorted out so that at least they didn't lose the second time. But the first time, still an issue. What appears to be the outcome on this, I'm going to make it fairly quick, is, why didn't the financial services company who was processing the money check to make sure they'd actually got the money before they paid? That's the normal process you do these things.
Normally, yeah.
Did I get the $26 million? Because it's not chump change here.
Yeah, no, they're paying out a lot of employees.
Yeah, did they get? It's 1,000. There's 1,000 different companies involved here.
Yeah.
So lots of employees, lots of companies. It's across the country. And oh, by the way, so it's $26 million to the employees and $8 million for the government, because if you're going to take part of it, of the payroll, you might as well take it all.
Yeah, might as well.
So it becomes a total of $35 million involved.
Wow.
So that kind of tells you how much we pay in taxes as well, by the way.
Yeah. So who screwed up here?
The first thing that screwed up was the company initially what it looks like is the owner of the company, the payroll processing company.
Okay.
Their holding company actually directed to have the account transferred. So you ought not to be able to take the money that's supposed to go to the payment services company.
Yep.
not just direct that willy-nilly to wherever you go. There should be what we call controls.
Controls, yes, yes.
To prevent that from occurring. This is a very common risk in the industry. We know it's there. We put controls over that for, I don't know. I've been doing this for closing on 40 years. And, we've had controls on that for as long as I've done this.
Yeah.
One of my very first audit was on ACH.
that's probably the first control.
Yeah, it's like, why did we do this? Although, at some point in time, I'll tell you a cute story about another company where I asked them who could change the account numbers on where we were sending money. We'll save that.
We'll get into that from our Tuesday video.
Yeah, so I want to keep this kind of short. So that was the first thing. The second issue was releasing the money to the employees before you knew you actually had the other half of the money.
Well, that does happen.
It does
quite
happen.
a bit.
It's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So
people expect, hey, I'm gonna get paid. We're gonna eventually get paid. So yeah, go ahead and have it.
Yeah, because they've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So I have trust. A lot of commercial transactions are based upon trust.
But verified.
But verified. That's the part they missed, the verified.
The verified part. Yeah, they got the trust part down. Verification stuff, not so much.
Oops. Okay. So the other side of this is there are some very strong rules within the organizations that manage how direct deposits are done. It's the National Associated Clearinghouse. They have some very, very strong rules about when you can reverse transactions and when you can't, and when you ought not to do it twice.
True.
So there's any number of ways that this thing went sideways. But the key point to this is, and this is the shocking secret, I think, to many of you, when you sign up to have your money deposited into your account, you've probably also authorized the company to take money out of your account to make corrections when that's needed. And that's actually going to be required upon occasion. But I'll bet you didn't know you've actually signed that.
Something to read.
Yes.
Privacy statements.
Well, it's terms of service agreements.
Kind of agreement, yeah.
Yeah, so the next time somebody hands you a piece of paper and says, just sign here, and you don't read it, remember this story. We'll talk more about this later. David, you have a story.
I have a fun little story that all of you have probably heard. So the gig economy is big these days. It's huge. The problem is that there are some places that just hate the gig economy.
Well, there's a lot of places that hate the gig economy.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that has a regular job that used to be the gigs, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Normal jobs that have turned into part-time gigs and just kind of.
But that's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing for some people.
For some people.
If you're running a taxi company.
Yeah.
And you've got people that aren't taxi companies doing gigs.
Yeah. They were doing. Instead of paying you guys an hourly wage, just paying for a job and.
Right.
It actually, it helps people that they're willing to work for money. Yep. They'll get stuff done real quick.
Yeah, that's the benefit of the gig economy. And we talk about things like Uber and such as a gig economy, but there's a lot of things that are gig economy these days.
Especially in the IT industry.
Yeah, if you think about it, there's a lot of people that we will hire to do specialized test work. Graphics. If you're a small company and you're hiring a web developer, you aren't necessarily likely going to a web development company. You're going to somebody you saw on the side.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things within IT that are actually built for the gig economy. It's just right there. It's very transactional based. So what did the state of California do to the gig economy?
So, because California is a right-to-work state.
Okay. We like right to work.
Right to work is always good.
People should work.
Yes. The downside is they're going, not necessarily, they didn't say it. They're going against Uber, Lyft.
I'm about to say, it's in the law.
It's in the law. They pointed them out pretty big. So if you're driving for Uber or Lyft and you haven't heard about this, go find out.
Now, is it just Uber and Lyft?
So that's the funny part of that about this bill.
Bill, ball,
yeah, one letter difference. So the bill is called AB 5, Assembly Bill 5.
Okay.
For California, and in it they talk about if you are working for a company and they directly tell you what to do and when to do it, that you should be considered as an employee.
But wait a minute, that's it. If I'm hiring somebody, that's kind of the IRS rule.
Yes.
If I'm hiring somebody and I tell them what to do, and when they should be doing it, and when they show up, and how it's supposed to be done,
Yes.
they're an employee. How does this differ?
So, when you pay someone to make a logo for you, okay?
Right.
I'm gonna get this logo done by next Wednesday,
Great.
and it has to look exactly like this.
Okay.
Okay. Would that be considered employee? I'm telling them what to do and when to do it by.
Yeah, but I'm hiring them for a one-time deal, so not really an employee.
Okay. Except drivers, like a Uber driver,
Yes.
is doing a one-time gig,
Right.
just on several occasions.
Yeah, it's just fairly continuous one-time
Continuous.
gigs. But they may not be continuous.
No, it may do one job and be done for the day.
Great.
But what has happened is, to be honest, there are some drivers that have gone to California and saying, hey, we should be paid a livable wage.
Well, and they also want benefits.
And they also want benefits.
Because they're viewing this as a full-time
Because
job
a lot of drivers are trying to do this full time.
as opposed to a gig.
As opposed to a gig, like it should be.
Right.
They're doing it full time instead of part time. Which you can do it full time
Right.
and make good money as long as you're willing to work.
Yeah, because you're needing to do all the
Because
driving
again,
and all the.
those type of jobs, you're getting paid per job.
Right.
And I understand this really well. I'm a truck driver by trade, essentially. During the day, during the week.
Yes.
And sometimes weekends. And the fun part is,
Whenever they'll give you a job, you will drive.
I will drive. If they give me a job, I will drive. And so I am considered self-employed, but they tell me when to go pick up a job and where to deliver it, what time to pick it up, and everything else. And I get paid per job and not per hour. So this industry I kind of understand really well.
And can you turn down a gig?
I can turn down a gig. Yes, I can.
Can an Uber driver turn down a gig?
Oh, heck yeah.
Can the Dining Dash, whatever food and delivery service, they can turn down a gig?
Yes, they all can.
Can an employee turn down a gig?
No.
No.
No. No. So that's where this gets interesting. And we're trying to make this Monday video pretty short. So Tuesday's video, come back. We'll be getting into this a little bit longer. Hopefully not a couple hours. Hopefully under an hour.
Yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. So.
And David goes to work before I do to drive his truck so he can get a gig.
Yes. So you get a gig. Yes. Until we can start making money on here. So thanks for the 10 viewers that watch us, hopefully, or a couple of subscribers. Thank you for always watching our videos. So,
And in all honesty, I don't care how many you are. If you tell us what you like about it and what you change, we'll do that, as long as it's ethical.
yeah, true.
Some things we won't know. Some things you don't want to know.
We are trying to grow, and if you want to help us grow, let us know. So, to wrap up the article, the AB Bill 5. So basically, what has happened is they went after Lyft, Uber, and DoorDash, or DoorDash.
There was a 3 that they identified.
Three identified.
But there's a lot of others out there.
But it also affected truck drivers, nail salons. I don't really know that industry very well, so I wouldn't know how that affected them. But architects, graphic designers, farming industry, essentially every industry in California.
Well, and we'll get into some more detail. The other interesting part is the law's really hard, harder to read than most laws.
Yes.
Because this was painful, because it's not so much what it covers, because it's very simple. ABC rules. Unfortunately, there's 3 pages of stuff that it backs out.
Yes.
In some situations, not others. Some for a time backs it out.
Yeah, for the first year.
Gets
And
deferred.
after
so-
the year, then they don't.
So, yeah,
it's a big article, a big bill. And it's just essentially just attachment to the right to work bill.
And just to kind of wrap that up, but so Uber and Lyft are just going to say, yeah, right.
Oh yeah. So Uber and Lyft are definitely going to go. Sure, yes. Whatever you say goes. Yeah, no.
No. Not the way that works.
Uber has come out, I believe, on Thursday, and stated, yes, we are not going to abide by this law. Take us to court. They have come out and said it plainly, which way to go them. That's really good for them. Because again, I kind of agree with them on this side of things. Not to get too political.
Yeah, we try to avoid that here.
Try to avoid
this is a
being
hot
political.
button topic
This
for
is a
you.
hot button topic. Yeah, this is a big one. So this is not necessarily political, but more ethical, more than anything else.
So we'll probably get into some of that conversations of why shouldn't they have benefits. So I would like to be fair in this conversation because we want to be fair.
Yes.
And just because that's the way we have to do things. We have to, have to cover risk on both sides. So we're going to talk about that. And don't forget, we're also going to kick around that concept about, and it is kind of interesting because payroll and employees is the other side of this. So here's people that absolutely thought they were going to get money in their check on Friday and likely had checks or payments going out that money
Hopefully,
wasn't there.
Hopefully not red bound. Their red payment bounced.
Yeah, it likely did.
Yeah. So with that, hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for Monday or Tuesday's video.
Yep.
And we will kind of get deeply into both these articles. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification down there. That way you can stay tuned for our next videos.
Take care, folks, and stay squirrely.